Slavery is mean because it tramples on the feeble and weak. A man comes with his affidavits from the south and hurries me before a commissioner. Upon the free sister. Free. What's she talking about? The same stuff that Moors are talking about 100 years later. How'd they get into slavery? How'd they get into slavery? A man came with his affidavits, disclosure, from the south and hurries me before a commissioner, judge, magistrate, whatever like that. And this is a heads up for, you know, I didn't check yet, but I really would appreciate if the question gets emailed. Because right now, we're talking about somebody having some court case right now. Really and truly. That they don't know how to deal with it. And the point that has to be understood with regard to going to any of these tribunals, the point that has to be understood before you go in there, send writs, before you see something and want to try it and all that, what you have to understand is that when you go in there, that's an auction block. And they are going to sell you to the highest bidder, no matter what you put on the record. So your best bet is to get the hell out of there and not even be in there. And if you are in there, know that that's a den of wolves that you're in. That's a den of rabid animals. That their sole purpose is to rape you. So, if you haven't studied nationality and birthrights for a year, and you're talking about you got some case that you want to deal with, and you got some court, you want to get some papers or whatever like that, you better stay nigger. Deal with your niggerdom that you got yourself into before this information, and then after you clean that up, then get on this. Because, trust me, we know people who thought that this was just some join the club. Come on over, join the club. And when you join the club, you get all these benefits and privileges and whatever. There's not no club stuff. There's not no join something because you have a card and you join something. This is birthrights. This is inalienable rights. This is rights given to you at birth. And the sister's telling you that the man comes with his affidavits. How you get the misdemeanor? Some guy that you don't know, who's more likely a foreigner over here, giving you something that he didn't sign, but he make you sign. So now it's a contract. Or it's got some name on it that you gave them some type of ID that you don't have, or they went in your pocket and found it, or they went in the glove and found it. Right? Because, you know, you're the state, quote unquote, republic. They're foreigners, they're inquisitionists, they're mercenaries. They're slaveholders. And they come to you with affidavits. Put stuff on your car, boot your car, just pick it up, tow it just because. Kick the door in, take children out. Whatever it is that they do. They even change the stuff. They're doing the same stuff that they're doing in the 1800s to Moors right now. And hurries me before the commissioner. What happens when Moors go in there? They're not up there trying to have no long drawn out thing or whatever. They're like, yo, get this guy out of here. He can't be waking up the sheep. And really and truly, if you have some court case, that's what you're going there for. To wake up other people who don't know about this info. You're not going out in there to win nothing with them people. That's not what it's about. As soon as you go in there with the mentality that you're going in there, well, how can you say that? Well, then why am I going? Exactly. That's the whole point. Why are you going? But we know that they, do their, you know what they do? They ex parte, which means, right? Ex parte, which means you go in there, you don't have no knowledge of what this is. You just think because you've seen something or heard something on some video that you could just go do that and it works. This is divine and national. So your spirit better be in tune with your heart, to be in tune with your mind, so that when you write something, it means something. If you're just writing words on a page, then that's just words on a page. It ain't nothing. Nobody's not going to care. Nobody's going to read that and receive anything. No different than like what we're doing now, that we're reading Sister Frances Ellen Watkins' speech, and her words are affecting Moors who study. Because Moors who study are hearing certain things that they're like, this lady is talking about this in 1857? She's talking like this? This is during the time that they're talking about, Freedman's Bureau and try to help the slaves and all that stuff. You got people around them, these Negroes who love their dead status, do everything for their dead status. They have people around them telling them about being constitutional. Right? Now we're talking about ex parte. Go look it up. My law dictionary is for me to look up stuff. You get a word, go look it up if you don't know what it is. Ex parte. Just know that it's a law term. Ex parte, right? Slavery is mean because it tramples on the feeble and weak. A man comes with his affidavits from the South and hurries me before a commissioner. Upon that evidence, ex parte and alone, he hitches me to the car of slavery and trails my womanhood in the dust. I stand at the threshold of the Supreme Court and ask for justice, simple justice. Upon my tortured heart is throwing the mocking words, "You are a Negro. You have no rights which white men are bound to respect." Had it been my lot to have lived beneath the crescent instead of the cross, had injustice and violence been heaped upon my head as a Mohammedan woman, as a member of a common faith, I might have demanded justice and been listened to by the Pasha, the Bey, or the Vizier. But when I come here to ask for justice, me tells me, we have no higher law than the Constitution. Don't forget her. Don't forget her. She put work in for the constitutional minded Negroes to understand and recognize their rights. Stop playing games. Right, so she knows about the bays and all that. She knows about that. Right, some honorable mentions, speeches to go check out. 1850, Reverend Jermaine Wesley Logan, L-O-G-U-E-N. Oh yeah, he had an interesting story. Let me just touch that quick fast. Jermaine Wesley Logan, L-O-G-U-E-N. And his speech is called, "I Won't Obey the Fugitive Slave Law." Let's get him up there. Do his little props. I won't obey the fugitive slave law. It is said that after escaping slavery, Logue, Logue, Jermaine Wesley Logue, changed his name to Jermaine Wesley Logan. Why did you change his name for it? Why would he even have a thought of free change my name? Because it's common sense, that's why. It's not some Moorish whatever. It's goddamn common sense. If you're a slave and you're free, why you still have the slave name for it? For what? What's the purpose? There's no bay or nothing attached to that. You just have, but on Facebook and all this stuff, you have no ID to show that you're that name on Facebook or whatever. Or you license. So you're a conscious slave. Okay. All right. Do your thing. There was no picture from Mother Sarah G. Stanley. S-A-R-A G. Stanley. And we'll just show you the level of people that she was around. In January 1856, representing the Ladies Anti-Slavery Society of Delaware, Ohio, addressed the all-male convention of disenfranchised citizens of Ohio. Disfranchised citizens of Ohio, who met at the Columbus City Hall. She called upon the 40 delegates, who included among their ranks John Mercer Langston, Peter H. Clark, and Charles Langston, to relentlessly pursue full citizenship rights. Her address appears below. To the convention of the disfranchised citizens of Ohio, gentlemen, convened as you are in the capital city of our state, a city great in wealth, power, and political influence, an avowed devotee of freedom, and a constituent part of a Christian democratic confederacy, to concoct measures of obtaining those rights and immunities of which just legislation has deprived you. We offer this testimonial of our sympathy and interest in the cause in which you are engaged, a cause fraught with infinite importance, and also express our earnest hope that such determination and invincible courage may be evinced by you in your assembly as are requisite to meet the exigencies of the times. Truth, justice, and mercy, marshalling their forces, sounds the tocsin which summoned the warrior in his burnished armor to the conflict against error and oppression. On earth's broad arena, through time's revolving cycles, this warfare has been continuous, and now here is the most brilliant star in the galaxy of nations, where Christianity and civilization, with their inestimable accompaniments and proclivities, have taken their abode and add their benign light to her stellate brightness. Bands of her offspring, in very truth her own, despised, persecuted, and crushed, assemble in scattered fragments to take the oath of fealty to freedom and swear eternal enmity to oppression, to enter into the bound sacred, inviolable, ever to wage interminable intellectual and moral war against the demon, and to demand the restoration of their birthrights, liberty, kindred of deity,